Hello, this is what we're talking about today, exposure and awareness. You know, the question that I get asked all the time is, how much money am I going to need to show a profit or to get to a specific level of sales or something like that? Or how long is it going to take, for me to double my money, etc. And I'll tell you, I have been doing this for a very long time, and I don't know how to answer that question. It's almost impossible to answer that question unless you have a very long history of doing very measured and benchmarked tactics that we know that if we apply a specific tactic with a specific amount of money, that we're going to get this result that we could build a pro forma off of. So unless you have a long history, I really don't know how anyone could answer that question. And if you find marketers that can answer that question, I'd really love to know them. Maybe they've figured something out that I just haven't figured out. It's possible. But the one thing that I do know is that here's the thing. Folks aren't going to buy your products or your services if they don't know about you. It's really that simple. So when you're kind of thinking about your marketing, you really need to think about, where am I going to expose my messages, right? So who am I going to expose my messages to? And how am I going to make their awareness of my value proposition so great? Give them like so much reach and frequency. Make sure that they are so aware of me, that I dominate their consciousness, that they actually finally do something and make a decision. And that's really what marketing is. You've got to do all of the things behind that. You have to have a really good strategy. You have to know who you're targeting and what their intrinsic customer needs are. And you've got to align your value proposition to that and take your message to them. But don't underestimate the taking your message to them. That is going to require consistent effort in terms of exposing your message so that they build their awareness over time. Now, depending on your budget, you're going to do that in different ways. If you have a very small budget, you're probably going to do that somewhere between organically and online with Facebook or social PPC, maybe doing some search. If you have really big budgets, obviously you can spend your money on radio, television, billboards, and a variety of other things. And there are ways to expose your message, really at every budget. I think one of the big things that folks shouldn't forget is, don't underestimate even the power of your own network. You've got email, you've got your social networks. There are ways to grassroots this stuff for sure. You've got your friends and colleagues networks that you may be able to leverage, but it's all about exposure and awareness. If I could give one tip, if you really want to test whether you've got something, whether you really have something, pick a small segment of folks that you can dominate their awareness and see if you can get folks to sign up or to register or to use or to buy or whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you do that, you'll have a much better sense of whether you've really got something. And then it's just a matter of scaling. But it's all about awareness and exposure. That's it for now.